What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Argentinian journalists who are very reliable when it comes to Argentinian football, they are reporting that Liverpool are preparing a bid for a 19-year-old very talented young left-back playing for Lanús, Julio Soler, and he starred for Argentina in the Olympics, playing all 4 games for Argentina. Unfortunately, they got knocked out by France, the home nation, 1-0 in the quarterfinals. But Liverpool are keen to bring in a left back after both Andy Robertson and Kostas Tsimikas has suffered major injuries last season, and Liverpool also want to find the successor of Andy Robertson. Robertson missed 26 games for club and country last season, and he also suffered a fresh injury during the Euros. That's why Andy Robertson has travelled back and hasn't featured for any of the preseason games for Liverpool so far. And according to a newspaper that I'm not going to name, Liverpool have signaled out Argentine star Julio Soler, who recently featured for Argentina in the Olympics. And Liverpool have been very impressed with the 19-year-old, and we will break down exactly what kind of player he is, what are his numbers, what is his career so far. And Liverpool won't probably promise him a regular first team place right now, but what Liverpool could do is sign him and then loan him back to Lanús, an Argentinian club, where he could get regular minutes. That's what Man City have done with Julian Alvarez and with other Argentinian players that they have recently signed. And Julio Soler maybe is not ready right now for Liverpool, but he is one of the hottest prospects coming out from Argentinian football, and Argentina are producing fantastic talents, as evidenced by Argentina winning the World Cup, winning the Copa America recently. Robertson would still remain first choice, and Liverpool would make this transfer as a long-term view to be Robertson's successor and to mold Julio Soler as the next Robertson, the next main left back for Liverpool, and he could be Arne Slot's first transfer. And it is expected, reported by Argentinian journalists, that Lanús would accept a transfer fee of £13 million for Soler. So Julio Soler is a 19-year-old left back, born in 2005. He is only 175 centimeters tall, so he could be targeted from corners and set pieces. And here are some critical stats from his career. So he played 36 games for Lanús already. He also played in the Copa Sudamericana, which is like the Europa League of South American football. So he has international competition experience as well. He scored 1 goal and got 3 assists in 21 matches for Lanús, mainly playing as a left back. And Liverpool are brilliant at developing young players, as evidenced by using so many youth academy players in winning the League Cup and going far in the FA Cup last season. And we used a lot of young players in the Europa League, in the Premier League as well. And regular football in England could accelerate Soler's development, and he could one day break into the Argentina first team of the national team, which is of course a dream of Julio Soler, I'm sure. And Julio Soler's recent performances haven't gone unnoticed. A lot of clubs have been monitoring him. Liverpool have been scouting him in the Olympic Games, and Liverpool are one of the clubs who are very keen on his signature. And Liverpool see him as an ideal fit for their system, and he's a naturally attacking left back who bumps up and down the pitch with a lot of energy. He is like a dynamo of a left back with a lot of stamina, a lot of energy, really good dribbling skills. I saw some compilations of him where he went past people pretty easily. And Robertson is 30 years old, Tsimikas is like 27, 28, so Liverpool need to find a long-term solution to their left back problem very, very soon. Lanús want around £13 million, but I think maybe Liverpool can even negotiate that down to a lower price. And Mariano Antico is reporting that if Liverpool reach the £11 million fee that Club Lanús are asking for, then the transfer will happen. And he is a very reliable Argentinian journalist. The former offer for Argentine left back Julio Soler is expected to come from Liverpool. That's what he is reporting. And he is basically a tier 1 journalist when it comes to Lanús transfers. And he's one of the best projects in Argentine football. He plays with an amazing confidence. He shows incredible maturity for a 19-year-old. He's fast, he's good at dribbling, his chance creating and crossing is very good. He at one-on-one duels, not afraid of tackling, and he has that aggressive play in him. He's of course still a bit raw, which you expect from a 19-year-old, but he's one of the biggest talents in Argentine football today. It would be amazing. This post was made before the Olympics, so the poster said it would be amazing if Mascherano calls him up to the Olympics games. And not only did he call him up, he played in all 4 games, showing what a great player he is. Robertson is 5'9", so he's not much taller than Soler, so I don't think his height would be any problem. And if you look at his charts, which we will look at in detail in a second, it would seem that it's not a great fit. You can see the positives in the dribbling numbers and the capability in the passing the game, but that's just on the surface. Taking a look at the comparison to Tsimikas, it can be seen again where similarities lie. This transfer screams like a Michael Edwards laptop type of signing, with the data analysis team and Michael Edwards scouting the globe for the talent that fits the exact profile that Liverpool are looking for at left back. And remember the last time we signed a left back on a very cheap transfer? A lot of Liverpool fans raised an eyebrow when Liverpool signed a relegated left back, Andy Robertson from Hull City, for just a few £1 million, and he turned into a world-class left back. And if you compare Andrew Robertson and Julio Soler's profile for the last 1 year, if you compare their numbers against other left backs in the top 5 leagues, of course you can see that Andy Robertson is already well ahead in his numbers, but the pass completion rate is better for Julio Soler. He's getting as many progressive carries as Andy Robertson. Successful take-ons is much higher. Andy Robertson doesn't take on his opposite number very often, but Julio Soler does. And he also has similar percentage of aerial duels won, tackles, Andy Robertson is better in aerial duels won, but aerial battles won, but it's similar to in blocks, tackles and interceptions, and even in clearances Julio Soler is better than Andy Robertson, and he also gets more assists than Andy Robertson, which is very surprising because Andy Robertson gets quite a few assists. And if you compare Tsimikas with Julio Soler, you can see that in a lot of metrics Soler is already better than Tsimikas. Non-penalty expected goals plus expected assists, expected assisted goals, these are all numbers where Soler excels. In terms of assists, Tsimikas is better, but non-penalty XG, Soler is better. Non-penalty goals, he's better. Clearances, percentage of aerials won, that's all in Soler's favor, and he has a very high percentage of pass completion rate. Of course, he's playing in the Argentinian league, so that's not a very high profile league, but it's still a good standard. And the fact that he excelled so much at the Olympics shows me that maybe he's ready for the next step in his career. He has Argentinian and Paraguayan citizenship because he was born in Paraguay, which is interesting. I think maybe one of his parents is from Paraguay, I'm not sure. His main position is left back, and his contract expires in 2026. His current market value is 2 million, but if you want to sign a big talent from an Argentinian club and you want him to move to Europe, then you have to pay, of course, a premium on this transfer. And according to a report by Analysed, Liverpool are considering or preparing a bid in the region of 10 to 13 million pounds for Soler, but Liverpool first must convince Soler of the vision of the club, because Robertson remains a key figure in the squad, but Liverpool need to promise regular minutes for Soler in the future. That's why I said maybe a loan move back to Lanús for a year until the end of the year, because that's when the Argentine season finishes. They do calendar year seasons, not the seasonal structure that we have over here in Europe. And Soler's attacking prowess from the fullback position has particularly caught Liverpool's eye. His ability to contribute offensively could make him an ideal long-term successor of Robertson, not necessarily a replacement right now, because Soler has significant contributions in attack. Tsimikas has performed admirably, he has done well, but his age suggests that Tsimikas is not the long-term answer either, because he's just a few years younger than Robertson. Soler, on the other hand, presents a promising option for the future because he's 11 years younger than Robertson. Robertson's 8 million transfer from Hull City remains one of the best deals of Jurgen Klopp's era and one of the best deals in Liverpool's history, up there with signing, Joan Matip on a free transfer. And Liverpool are wisely looking towards the next generation, because we have a few players that in 1, 2 or 3 years need to be replaced. Salah, Van Dijk, Robertson are all players that sooner or later Liverpool will need to find long-term successors of, and we don't want to do that in one transfer window or in 1 year. So gradually Liverpool need to find the next players in these key crucial positions. And here you can see his numbers, how they rank up or measure up to other fullbacks in the top 5 leagues. And he's actually doing pretty well. He's in the middle of expected goals, expected assists. He's in the top 35% in terms of assists, top 40% in terms of expected assisted goals. But in terms of pass completion and progressive take carries, he's in the top 10%. And I think that's the kind of numbers that Liverpool are looking at as very favorable. Also top 30% for successful take-ons as well. Particularly his contributions to expected assisted goals and shot creating actions are very, very impressive, highlighting his ability to generate goal scoring opportunities. In shot creating actions is in the top 53 percentile, and his creative influence from the fullback position is clearly can be seen if you watch him play. Defensively, he still has a lot to improve on, of course. He's only 19 years old and he's a pretty small player compared to maybe a centre-back. But at 19, you don't expect a finished article. There is still a lot of room for improvement. And Joe Gomez also has an uncertain future, because Liverpool, after trying to get him involved in the deal to sign Anthony Gordon, I'm sure that upset Joe Gomez a little bit. Liverpool still don't actively want to sell Joe Gomez, but if an offer of 40 to 50 million pounds arrives for Joe Gomez, then Liverpool will consider accepting that. But right now, Joe Gomez is attracting interest from a number of Premier League clubs: Brentford, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Aston Villa, Newcastle. But Joe Gomez, I think, would only get sold to another Premier League club, because I don't think clubs in Europe would even pay 40 to 50 million or anywhere near that for Joe Gomez. They don't have the finances and they don't know how good he is. English clubs perfectly know how good he is, but do any club really want Joe Gomez that much that they will pay 40 million for him? I doubt it. And Joe Gomez is a great option for Liverpool, so I hope that we keep him. And if you scoff at this transfer, I mean, if you ask what Liverpool are doing right now, signing a 19-year-old kid, very inexperienced, from Argentina, think twice, because a lot of people said similar things when Liverpool signed Andy Robertson for just 80 million. Why are Liverpool signing a player from a relegated club, Hull City, who is not Liverpool's level, who is not good enough, and Andy Robertson turned into a world-class player. So I fully trust the Liverpool scouting team, the recruitment team, the data analysis team. And this is literally a new era. We have a brand new transfer structure. We have a brand new manager, brand new era at Liverpool, brand new backroom staff. So we literally don't know how Liverpool will operate in the transfer market, because we haven't seen this structure before act in the transfer market. So I'm really curious and really interested to find out what Liverpool will do. And according to a report in The Athletic, Liverpool are now planning with Kelleher at the club next season, unless an outrageous offer of 25 or 30 million pounds arrives for Kelleher. Liverpool are not selling him. Liverpool want, of course, to keep Kelleher around, to have a really good backup goalkeeper to Alisson, and unless a great offer arrives for him, Liverpool will keep him. That's the decision that Arne made, and that's the decision that Liverpool made. And I think it's the right decision. Liverpool are in a very strong position. We have a very good squad of players. We will only sell players if a big enough offer arrives for them for a player, because then Liverpool can go into the transfer market and replace that kind of player. Also, another news, William Pacho, kind of a transfer target for Liverpool. We haven't been very strongly linked with him, just some links I've seen. He has been, waiting for a move abroad, and now Paris Saint-Germain are in talks with Frankfurt to sign the 22-year-old, I think, Colombian centre-back. Would be disappointed if we miss out on him, but Liverpool having Van Dijk, Konate, Kwanzaa, Joe Gomez, maybe even Sepp van den Berg if we keep him around. At the moment we have 4 or 5 really good centre-back options. Where would Pacho play? I think Liverpool can get away with not signing a centre-back this summer, but we need to sign a defensive midfielder and a wide forward backup for Mo Salah. And if we can sign a left back who is young, talented, and we can develop him to be one day the successor of Andy Robertson, that's an added bonus. I mean, if we sign Soler for 10, 11, 12 million, that wouldn't make a big difference in terms of Liverpool making big signings. The transfer budget wouldn't be that affected. That's my verdict. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.